Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Hi, Princess Anna.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay, well, first of all, I have to say thank you so much for taking the time to interview me. This is awesome. I love being your special guest, and I am so thankful for all you have done to raise awareness for arthrogryposis. So, to start, my name is Ani Samargian. I am the founder of Arthrogryposis Multiplex Congenita Support Incorporated, or AMCSI for short. I'm also wife to Daryl and mom to Abby, Aiden, Isabella, and Kieran. Oh, and we live in South Carolina on a tiny little farm with 4 pigs and a goat, and what else do we have? Oh, 30 chickens and a dog and 15 cats.
15 cats and 30 chickens?
And 30 chickens, yeah.
Whoa, that's a lot.
I know. I'm very busy.
And you do not have arthrogryposis, right?
I don't have arthrogryposis, but my daughter Abby does. She is going to be 18 years old next month on July 30th.
What type does she have?
So she has the type called amyoplasia. She is 1 in 10,000.
When she was growing up, what were the most challenging parts of being a mom for raising an AMCer?
That's a great question, Anna. The most challenging part of being an AMC mom was first finding information on arthrogryposis. So almost 18 years ago, when I looked up arthrogryposis on the internet, I couldn't find very much information on it. There wasn't a Google search, and when I did put arthrogryposis into the search engine, a lot of photos that were very scary popped up. So when Abby was first diagnosed, she was in my belly still, and learning about arthrogryposis was probably the most challenging, and then the second part would be finding a doctor that was willing to listen.
Looking back, what were some of the best or most rewarding parts of raising an AMCer?
I learned a lot about resilience. Abby was my go-getter. She proved all of her doctors wrong. She wasn't supposed to live. This was one of the things that the doctors drilled into my head, was she was not going to make it after she was born. So since day one, she has been proving her doctors wrong. And I've learned a lot about the AMC strong. The kids are so strong, and Abby is just so resilient and a fighter, and she just proved everybody that said she couldn't wrong, and she did whatever she set her mind to.
Let's talk about AMCSI.
Yay!
Tell me all about it.
Of course. Okay, so AMCSI is a nonprofit organization. So we are a 501c3, and we are a charitable organization that helps families that have a child with arthrogryposis or individuals living with arthrogryposis. Do you know the logo for AMCSI? That's Abby's clubbed feet. It's on everything. So that's my fun fact I wanted to share with you. So we started in 2006. that was our milestone date. But it actually began with a website that I started for Abby soon after she was born. So she was born in 2002, and I started a website. This was before blogs. So I started a website called forabby.com. And I documented her arthrogryposis journey on her website for a few months. And everything that we did, her surgeries, her therapy, her early intervention, was documented on her website. And mainly it was for my family because they all lived in New York, so they could keep up with how she was doing. Well, from that website, I was getting emails from other parents who had a child with arthrogryposis, and they were asking me for advice. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out a way to bring these families together on a bigger platform, because there were some questions that they had for me that I couldn't answer. So some of the questions they were asking me, I had no clue about. I was still learning about arthrogryposis myself. So I wanted to bring everybody together onto a platform. So before Facebook, there were message boards. And we put that on AMCsupport.org. And from there, many families with AMC joined, and they were able to ask questions about arthrogryposis, and other families, moms and dads that had children that were older and more experienced, were able to answer those questions. So after we had the message boards for a few months, some of the moms started discussing the possibility of getting together in real life. So the moms got together and said, let's meet in Chicago. So that was our very first conference in 2006. We were not a nonprofit charity yet. And so we got together, and we found that when we were all together, we were so happy because everybody was just together sharing information. The kids were having a great time. We were at the Shriners Hospital in Chicago, and we had some speakers come in. And it was just a wonderful weekend of community, lots of love and lots of support. So we knew from that meeting on that this needed to continue. We had 100 attendees at our first conference, and our biggest to date, 15 years later, is 800 attendees, and people coming from all over the world to join us in one setting every year. So yeah, that's just the gist of how we started. There's a lot of other things that, of course, had to happen in the meantime. The paperwork had to be completed for us to obtain our charity status, and that was done in 2007. We became official in 2007. We did not have our charity status at our second conference, but by our third, which was in Ohio, we were fully vetted and had all of the paperwork in order to collect donations legally. So that's pretty much the history. And then, so like I said, we are in our 15th year of our conference, and we are doing phenomenal. We are reaching families from all over the United States and all over the world. So that's really exciting. And in that time frame, the AMCSI Board of Directors was able to really build a community, but also build programs to help give back to our community. So a couple of the things that AMCSI does now is we help families financially with certain life things. So we have a college scholarship grant, we have an adoption grant, we have a bereavement grant, a research grant, mini meetup grants, and a hardship grant. So there's lots of opportunities for families to really utilize Our organization, we like to call them community give back programs, because we are taking the donations that are coming in and giving them back out into our community. The other cool thing is we spend a lot of the donations that come in go toward our annual conference. So we are booked for the next 3 years. And we also host a international symposium that happens every 4 years with doctors from all over the world who study arthrogryposis and who treat children and adults with arthrogryposis. And let's see, what else do we do? I have my notes here. Did I miss anything? Oh, we have an international ambassador program, which is really cool. Do you know who Misha is? Awesome. Yeah. So we help, we assist Misha with traveling the United States and a few countries in order to go into the homes of families that have a child with arthrogryposis or visit an adult with arthrogryposis. And that's really exciting because she is able to really sit down with the families and talk about their needs, identify their needs, and she brings a lot back to the table as an international ambassador for us.
Whoa, that is very, very awesome. Where does the money come from?
You're so cute. So we are fully funded by our friends and family. We do not have any corporate sponsors. We have awesome families that put on fundraisers every year. So for example, we have Rogers Run for AMC that's currently going on right now, which is a virtual 1K, 5K, or 10K. Then we have a AMC Music Festival that happens in New York every year. We have a hip hop festival that happens in Chicago every year. We have a bowling tournament that happens in New York and Kentucky. And we have, what else do we, we have Run for Jack on January 1st every year. And we have a few other annual fundraisers that go on. And that is how we raise our money. That way, through our families, we have the Arthrogyposis Challenge that you and Brandon took part in, and many of our families are doing so online right now. As we speak, they're tagging me like crazy. And we have a few other ways of getting funds to AMCSI. We do sell merchandise on our website. We sold a record-breaking number of awareness shirts, and I really think a lot of them came from AMC Princess Ana's royal followers.
Yeah. I really like my followers.
I bet you do.
Mm-hmm.
They are so loyal to you. I love it.
It's so awesome that my followers helped do the AMCSI thing this year.
I know, and I have been following along on your page, and I think you are really, really close to raising $10,000 for AMCSI, which is awesome. And I can't wait to see the final numbers. I haven't got the report in a few days. Unfortunately, Facebook is being a little glitchy, but I'm really excited to get an update from them so we can report back to you to see how that's going. But I set a personal goal on my Facebook page to raise $200, and I'm almost there. I did a birthday fundraiser. So I have $160. I'm not as popular as you are, but hopefully we'll get $40 more in my birthday account by my birthday.
It's so great. Thank you to everyone for helping.
Yes, a huge thank you to all of our donors and all of the hosts of our fundraisers, and thank you to all of AMC and Princess Ana's followers and fans. You guys have been awesome, raising awareness for arthrogryposis, taking the time to learn about arthrogryposis, and also donating to AMCSI. So thank you.
What message do you have for AMCers?
To always stay strong and determined, and to always reach for the stars.
What message do you have for parents and caretakers of AMCers?
So my message to parents of AMCers is to ask for help, even if you feel like you don't need it. Don't be afraid to ask for help. The first year is the absolute hardest, but there is a whole huge community of AMC moms and AMC dads and AMC grandparents that are here for you to support you through this journey.
What message do you have for people that don't have AMC?
I would like to tell our community of followers that are not part of our AMC family to definitely continue to learn about arthrogryposis. There's so many ways to learn about arthrogryposis on our website, on Misha's Facebook page and YouTube page, on Anna's Facebook and YouTube page, and Instagram and TikTok. And also our website, obviously, Instagram. Continue to learn about arthrogryposis. Maybe even tell a friend or a family member about arthrogryposis. That would be really cool. We just want to get the word out there so that way more and more people are aware, and hopefully it'll reach medical communities far and wide, and we will end up with so many specialists that will treat arthrogryposis, and our families won't have to travel so far. I just want to hug you. Can I hug you?
How do people find AMCSI online if they want to learn more or donate?
So we can be found on our website at amcsupport.org or on all social media platforms at AMC Support. You can donate to AMCSI by visiting our webpage. We have a donate button. You can visit our Facebook page, and we also have a donate button. And you can also donate through Network for Good and GoFundMe charity. And also, every time you shop Amazon, you can donate through Amazon Smile. So every time you shop, Amazon donates. So lots of ways to help AMCSI.
I didn't know that Amazon could donate.
I know, isn't that neat?
Yeah.
I know. A lot of our families utilize Amazon, and we have received a great number of donations from there. So we are very thankful.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome, Anna. So I have a gift for you. So your Nana had requested a little tiny hoodie just for you. So I've never made one this little before, but this is a 4T, and it's so super cute.
It says #AMC Strong.
It does. So that is something I'm going to put in the mail for you. I got a special request from your Nana, who's awesome, by the way. And so now everyone can find the AMC Strong hoodies for little kids in our merchandise store. And so, okay, isn't that cool? So
Yeah, it is.
Thanks, Mom and Nana. Angie girl,
Thank you.
for requesting little itty bitty hoodies. So thank you so much, Anna and Angie.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope to see you soon.
I hope to see you soon. Bye.
Bye.